Okay, third time's a charm. Hopefully, I'm recording this time. This is Carrie, VSG Carrie, coming at you. I'm giving my 1 week update, even though I'm actually 10 days post-op today. But I haven't done a video since my intro. Sorry. So today I'm feeling pretty good. I'm eating, drinking, able to get a good amount of fluids in, and protein not up to the goal yet that my surgeon has for me, but they said it takes a few weeks to get up to that goal. The physical experience. Oh, I should cover the numbers first because I know everyone's concerned about that. So the numbers, highest weight before surgery was 263. My surgery day weight was 250. And then 7 days post-op that morning, I was 237.2. So that's a 12.8-pound loss in my first week, which is very good. It's definitely slowed down since then, as you would expect. I'm not going to, I'll wait till Monday, which would be my 2 weeks, to kind of say what that's going to look like. The day of surgery, I was extremely nervous, and I'd asked for something right when we got there to calm my nerves because I was literally I was just in tears and shaking, and they ordered something, but it never came, and I was like the second person in surgery that morning, so they wheeled me in and put me under. It all went very quickly. About 30 minutes actually, and they repaired a hiatal hernia as well, which I understand is pretty common. But the nice thing about that is I no longer have acid reflux, or I haven't. I haven't had acid reflux at all since I've come home, and that's a good thing, NSV. I woke up maybe 4 minutes after surgery ended in the recovery room in a lot of pain. I'm not going to lie. It was not. I was not happy. I was in the center of my chest, just like this burning, stabbing pain. And I kept asking for, they said they were giving me as much as they could, and I kept asking for more. And finally the nurse said, and I was telling my husband about this later, and he's like, I was there for that conversation. I'm like, oh, you were? Finally the nurse said, I cannot give you any more because otherwise I'm going to have to give you Narcan, and you're going to feel 1,000 times worse than you do right now. I guess that is sort of the antidote for all of the narcotics, pain medication that they give you. And she said my vitals weren't strong at that point because with the anesthesia and all the other stuff that they had given me. Finally, I was like, I could not sleep because of the pain, and I was just like moaning and watching the clock. And finally, at about 12:30, the nurse came in, and she had what's the name of that medicine? I think it starts with a D. But it was amazing. Shortly after she put it in my IV, I could almost feel like that burning pain just sort of melt away, and then I just went to sleep, which was good. However, a few hours later when I woke up, I was nauseous and had to throw up, which wasn't fun. But it was weird. My stomach, you'd think, had your stomach with the surgery, like there would be some pain involved in throwing up, but there wasn't. It wasn't like that at all. It was just normal. It was fine. It was actually a relief. So the pain that first day, I was walking the halls that evening with Linda, my next door, the gal who's next door to me in the room, and was still not feeling that great. But the next day, I felt a ton better. Like I still didn't feel great, but I felt way better. And people were commenting because I was up and walking. People were saying, wow, you're like 100% better than you were yesterday. Like, I feel better. So it was good. They sent me home. I just spent the one night in the hospital, and then went home. The first 4 or 5 days were rough. Very difficult getting anything down my throat. Very difficult to swallow. There was pain with even the tiniest sips. There was just pain involved. So, I just didn't want to get dehydrated. I've heard too many stories about people having to go back into the hospital with dehydration and the nausea, and I didn't want that. So I worked very hard to try to get my fluids in, and was getting maybe the first couple of days like 20, 25 ounces of fluids in, and then the fifth day I think it was the fifth day or the sixth day, I definitely turned the corner and was able to double that. Now I'm getting in maybe 60 ounces of fluids a day, and then 45 or 50 grams of protein, roughly. I took a week off of work. I did go back to work on Monday this week, and my son went to school, started second grade this week. So it's been a busy week, but I'm feeling, fine. I have stopped having to take naps during the day. I was taking naps that first week. It was just overwhelming me. It was just like, oh, I'm tired, and I would just lay down and go to sleep. But I have most of my energy back at this point. So some of the emotional things or observations that I've noticed since I started to feel better. I'm not physically hungry, but I have a strong compulsion to eat in certain situations, and it's weird that they have to take most of my stomach out for me to be aware of that. But when I'm driving, wherever I'm going, like picking up my son or whatever, I immediately start to think about the food places, restaurants in the area that we can go. Why am I doing that? And it seems like I use food, because my mind is going there, to transition from work stress to relaxation. I feel a compulsion to eat during those situations, even when I'm obviously not hungry. Right now I don't have physical hunger at this point. I just have a compulsion to eat. And then using food to sort of calm and comfort me in stress or emotional type situations. So I have noticed those, and it's probably something everyone else is very aware that happens, that people do that, but to be specifically aware of the instances when that happens is enlightening to me. So I'm going to try to figure out how to deal with that as I mature through this journey. My stomach matures, and my hunger returns, and I am able to eat. I want to be able to handle those situations differently than I have in the past, obviously. So, like I said, what I'm eating, I'm taking in about 60 ounces of fluids. It's mostly, so I'm mostly eating protein shakes, water. I started eating soup. When I came home, my husband was a chef in his former life, so he had this marvelous consommé that was perfect. It was so good. It went down so well early on. So I was eating the consommé for the first couple of days, and then protein shakes and water. And then I bought a Vitamix last weekend, and it is super. I am so excited about it, and I can't say enough about it. It's amazing. It's how does this machine do this? We're making hot soups in 7 minutes in this Vitamix. So we made pumpkin soup because I had all the ingredients for it. So good. And then we made broccoli cheese soup, which I think I'm going to modify that recipe a little bit because it's a little too good. I need to make it less good because I could just eat it until my staples were busting. And I think it's because I have not been eating a lot of sodium. It's been all low sodium. And this recipe called for half of a bouillon cube, which I noticed have a ton of sodium in it. And so the saltiness of it just was it was like a party in my mouth. It tasted so good. So I'm going to modify that and see if that helps. Let's see. Goals. I'm feeling a little bullish right now because I lost so much that first week. So, my first goal is I want to weigh what my driver's license says that I weigh, which is 210. What a lie. And then my second goal, obviously I want to hit the 100s, Wonderland. Who doesn't? And then my third goal is I want to weigh less than my husband weighs, which is 175. So that would be really nice to weigh less than him. He can carry me around. And then, like I said, I'm feeling bullish, so I want to hit Wonderland. I'm hoping I can hit it by Thanksgiving, which is, I think, 3 months. Yeah, 3 months away, and I have about 35 pounds to go. So we'll see how that goes. My next doctor's appointment, I had a doctor's appointment today. I don't know if I told you that yet, but wounds look good. Everything looks good. Next one is in 5 weeks. And then I think that's some weird things. My lip, I don't know if something happened to it with the tooth that they put down there and pulled out, if it stuck to it or something, but it was fat after surgery, and it didn't really hurt, but it was kind of numb, and there was a big bump, like there was something inside of it. And now there's this numb band that goes from here all the way to the inside. I have no idea what caused that, but it was apparent right after surgery, and it was from something so it hasn't gone away. And then the other weird thing is I have pretty bad plantar fasciitis. It's a kind of inflammation of the band on the bottom of your foot, and it's one of the reasons actually that kind of drove me to do that, and my knee issues. But it completely disappeared in the hospital and didn't come back for 5 days. Like, completely. I had no pain. I could have run a marathon, and I had no pain. It's come back. Like I said, about 5 or 6 days it's come back, but it's not as bad as it was. Maybe it's because I lost a little bit of weight. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to that healing so I can do more and more stuff. I have had, my history is sort of intermittent athleticism. I've run several marathons and half marathons and 2 triathlons as a heavy person, but it takes a toll on your body. So I have done some damage to my knees, my right knee in particular. So I'm hoping taking this weight off will allow me to be active again and not hurt my body so much. I can walk. I walk now. I walk my dog. I can go for short hikes, but I'm definitely limited right now. I had an MRI on my knee, and some of the injuries has turned into arthritis. So it's being active is good, but as a heavy person, it's hard on your body. I think that's about it. That's all I have. Sorry it's taken me a while to get another video out, but I'm looking forward to hearing everyone else's stories. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. All right. Thank you. Bye.